Hi, this is Kathy Weymouth from Tune the Temple, and I want to do a few videos about setting boundaries with people. I joined a Facebook group about boundary issues, and there are so many scenarios where people are struggling in relationship with others. And so I thought maybe we could do some short videos on how to handle issues in relationships by setting better boundaries. Okay, so let's just talk about someone's behavior is actually hurting you in some way or bringing you pain or discomfort. And you're wondering if there's some way that you could handle this that is different from the way you've been handling it. Remember, insanity is doing something the same, expecting different results. So maybe there's a different way to handle when someone's behavior is causing you pain and discomfort. Or maybe someone is just not treating you well, not treating you with respect, and you just aren't quite sure how to handle this. Okay, so setting boundaries really can be helpful. Now, I'm going to give you some examples in this first video. If someone is unkind to you repeatedly and they're snarky with you, okay, if you don't speak up and set a boundary, you're just going to continue to allow that to happen. Someone disrespects you, like maybe you've loaned someone money and they've never paid you back. That's not respecting you as an individual. And they come back to asking for more money and you don't know how to say no, but you're already resentful from the fact they didn't respect you the first time and pay your money back. Okay, it's a good example. Any type of abuse, emotional abuse is pretty widespread these days. Like if people are yelling at you, repeatedly yelling at you, a conversation always goes to yelling or often goes to yelling. What about if somebody puts you down or calls you names? Okay, boundaries could help. What about if somebody chronically lies to you and they don't even maybe realize that they're lying themselves? They might be a chronic pathological liar, or maybe they know what they're doing. They're manipulating you, they're lying, they're not being honest. What about this one? Chronic blame shifting. That qualifies as emotional abuse. If someone chronically shifts the blame from themselves, doesn't take ownership, and makes it all about you when really it was about their behavior, and you're calling them on it because their behavior is hurting you or bringing you pain or discomfort, or maybe your children. Okay. What if somebody gives you the silent treatment when you've done something? That's not respectful. What about when you bring something up and you don't have a responsive audience? You have arguing in return, or silent treatment, or it's not handled in a way that you have felt heard. Okay, so what do you do? I want to ask you this question. What do you do in these situations? Well, some of us, like me, can be fighters. Okay, I can just get in there and fight. And this has really diminished a lot in my life. But boy, my background, I could argue a point and make my point, and I could have been a lawyer. Thank God I'm not. But okay, that's sort of my response. Other people's response is, and I've done this too, taking it kindly, just taking this behavior and saying, I'm going to treat the other person with respect and kindness, and I'm going to hope that this will then cause them to be kind to me. I really can relate to that as well. You just keep extending grace and kindness over and over for years and years, hoping that something will change. Okay. And then maybe you take this with the silent treatment. That's not one I'm familiar with, but maybe you react to someone's behavior with silent treatment, and then that's actually not kind back to them. Okay, so I just want to remind you in this first video that you are a beautiful creature. You have been created by our Creator. You are worthy of love and kindness and respect. And I want to encourage you in this first video, look at your life and see if you can come up with some areas where you are not being treated with respect, kindness, love, and grace. And in the next video, I'm going to help you to know how to set a boundary very quickly, very simply in this type of scenario. So maybe this first video, choose one relationship that you would like to work on and see if setting boundaries could actually diminish some of the pain and discomfort that you are experiencing. Okay, more next time. This is Kathy Weymouth at tunethetemple.com.